Hi everyone. So are you a US CMA aspirant? If yes, then this video is very important for you because it's very important for you to know that IMA has made a very major change in its exam pattern. So guys, in this video, I'll be telling you exactly about that pattern, what is the change, what you can expect. But before I start and guide you about the change, let me tell you, this is not for anyone who is taking up their exam in the Jan-Feb window. This change will be applicable from May-June exam. Now, as far as the May-June examination is concerned, the candidates will get an option. Either they continue with the old pattern or the new pattern, as the case may be. They get to choose. But from the September-October examination onwards, there won't be any such choice available. Okay. So let me tell you everything about this. So as you must have judged by looking at the thumbnail, IMA has killed the essay pattern. Now, what does that mean? Means everything will be changing now. Even the MCQ won't be tested, or the LOS will be changing, or what exactly can we expect? So let me tell you, the MCQ pattern and everything remains the same. So let me start with that. As we know that we have a two-part examination. There will be just two examinations, part 1 and part 2. Each part is of 500 marks, where we can expect that 75% of the paper, not expect, it is the pattern. So we can see that 75% of the paper will be MCQ based and 25% of the paper till date used to be essay based question. But now that is changing. Essay based questions are getting replaced by case based questions. Okay, now what exactly are case-based question and why IMA is doing such a move? It's making such a move. Let's try to understand that. So guys, when the old system was there, the essay pattern, then IMA was facing a few difficulties actually. So let me tell you what these problems exactly were. First of all, as you can see here, that there was a grading inconsistency. Now, let me tell you, essay kind questions, everyone had to type their answers and manually people had to check it. Okay. And manual checking used to take a lot of time. Secondly, different persons used to evaluate it, and hence there was a change in the grading pattern. Everyone's judgment is different, right? So I may wanted a consistency in their results. Secondly, when it comes to essay type, if suppose something theoretical is tested, so people used to just memorize and just write their answers there. I wanted to change that. They didn't want memory-based examination. And finally, the language barrier. Since this is a global examination, then many candidates were facing English barrier. That is, they were not very comfortable with the grammar part, and just for the essay round, they had to sacrifice their time on the conceptual part, and they were focusing more towards the grammar. Okay, so I may wanted a complete end to all these. So hence, what did it? They brought a new pattern, the case-based question. Now, what you can expect here? So let's see. First of all, IMA wants that all the candidates should be management accountants. So they need to focus only on logical thinking, right? So you need not type anything now. Earlier, people had to type, means whatever the questions were, that was maybe a theoretical or a numerical question, as the case may be, but every candidate was required to type. Now just understand, if suppose someone doesn't have a good typing speed, then because of such clerical matters, if he is judged, then that is absolutely not acceptable, right? So I may want, okay, let's focus only on your skills, only on your decision making skills, only on your logical skills, and let's also test the asset test. What do you mean by that? Arey, sir, under pressure, are you able to perform? That is what is an asset test. So that is what you can expect in a CBQ. Okay. Now, if CBQ is coming, then will the marks pattern change? No. 25% was earlier covered in essay pattern. Now the same 25% will be for CBQ. Earlier there were two essay kind questions that were tested. Now also there will be two CBQs, but now we can expect more sub varieties of it. Earlier, each essay question we normally used to find around 5 to 6 sub questions of it. But now you can expect that there will be maybe around 8 to 10 or even more CBQs from each case scenario. So there will be two separate case scenarios subdivided into several sub questions. All right, fine. So now, what exactly will be the change? Now, there is something positive as well as something negative. Now, this something that I'm gonna cover now will also help a candidate to select, to decide whether he should go for a essay-based approach or CBQ. Which one should you select if you are appearing in the May-June examination, May-June window? Okay, so first of all, the old essay questions and the new CBQ question. So old essay questions, what you can expect? There will be lesser number of questions and each question will carry more marks. But in CBQ, we can see that we can find more number of CBQs there and each questions now will carry lesser marks. So more number of questions, the same total marks will be divided between more number of questions. So like earlier, 125 marks were divided into say 10 questions. Now you can expect the same 125 marks divided into say around 15 to 20 questions. Okay, so number of questions will increase, so the marks per question will decrease. Okay, number one. Number two, answer style. Earlier we used to type it, so it was descriptive. Now it will be simply numeric. It will be some kind of a decision that you have to take, and all the answers will be pre-written. You just have to select them. Okay, now I'll come to that, how that will be done. After that, partial credit. That is in essay kind question, whenever you used to write any answer, then whatever you wrote on the basis of the whatever is written, you used to get some marks. Means at least some marks were awarded. Okay, for essay kind question. So essay kind questions, the scoring was actually easy. People were scared of it, but it was actually easy. But CBQ, now it's hit or miss. Okay, what do you mean by that? So you will get a question. Now, if you answer that correctly, you get full marks. No marks will be deducted. But if you don't get it, then full marks is gone. No step marks will be awarded now. Okay, so that's a major change. Then when we talk about the testing focus, then in essay kind question, you needed to explain the things. Now in MCQ based, or sorry, the case based, there won't be any explanation. There will be just application of your knowledge. All right. Secondly, English dependency, that was very high in case of essay kind question. Now in case based questions, that won't be needed. Okay, so now the thinkers will be rewarded, not the writers. Okay. Now, content coverage, the same syllabus will be there. No change in the syllabus, no change in the depth, no change in the difficulty level. The same case-based questions, same essay kind questions will now get replaced by case-based questions. Okay, so they didn't increase or decrease the difficulty level. They just compressed it, nothing else. Okay, so like say for example, earlier the old essay pattern, if suppose a question was tested on say capital budgeting, then the question could have been like explain NPV and IRR, discuss the conflicts. So you just needed to explain it, right? Now the question will be, there will be a case scenario, and based on that they will be giving us, okay, one question will test you about the NPV with tax plus salvage. One will test you about the IRR, reinvestment assumptions. So all the answers that you are supposed to write, you don't have to type it now. It will be pre-written. Now you just have to maybe just select you just go to a drop down. There will be multiple options. You just have to select one. Or maybe the option is written somewhere on the screen. You just need to drag and drop it in the right place. So I'll be guiding you with that, how to do that. Okay. Now that is one thing. Secondly, what essay types will be testing and what CBQ will be testing. So essay type used to test as in, do you know the topic? Okay. Can you explain it? Can you recall the steps? It was more of memory based. But now if you look at it, then they will be asking you, they will give us a case and they will ask you, okay, what do you suggest that what should be the next step? Okay. Or what numbers matters more? Or what option destroys the value? So it's more of analytical now. Okay. So basically from the academic knowledge, they are moving towards the boardroom thinking. That's very, very important nowadays. Okay. Now, biggest myth is that people are thinking that CBQs are nothing but an advanced version of MCQ. That is only MCQs can be tested. No, that's absolutely a myth. Okay. So what you can expect is, it is basically a case, a complete case. Based on that case, there will be multiple questions that might be in the form of MCQs. And if it is in the form of MCQs, please note that there can be more than one options that are correct. Okay. Besides, it can be something like a fill in the blanks question where besides the blank, there will be a drop down. You just have to select the correct option from the drop down. Okay. Or you just have to drag and drop, something like that. So we'll look at it, how that is done. Okay. Grading logic, very important to know. that in essay type, even in steps, whatever you wrote, you used to get something there. Okay, if a question carries around 10 marks, then even if you started solving it, if you wrote some portion of it, then at least you can expect 4 marks, 5 marks, something like that. But that won't happen with CBQ. Okay, CBQ, you either give the correct answer or you lose your marks. Okay, so it's your judgment now. What you can say means CBQ is scoring also. You can say if you get the correct answer, that's scoring. But if you don't get the correct answer, it's difficult to score now. Okay, so CBQ precision will matter. One wrong assumption, maybe the answer is like a chain. So if the first answer is wrong, automatically other answers might also be wrong. Okay, now here that's basically about CBQ. Okay, now let me guide you about one thing. First of all, IMA has released some sample questions. If you know, then some sample questions have been given just to give you an idea that what kind of questions you can expect. So I just took the same question, the same case scenario, and I'm just trying to help you, trying to guide you about how you can expect it. So guys, just understand. See, so this is the question that is given in IMAs. See, first of all, this is the essay scenario. So I'm just giving you this. See, they are giving us this kind of a scenario. You have to study the case first of all. What exactly they are saying? What are the data that are given to us? So all these data will be given to us first of all. So you need to thoroughly read it first. Okay. Now, once you do it, after that, they will ask us some questions. Like here, they asked us a question on revenue recognition. So what they are asking, just have a look. HCS is required to use US GAAP's revenue recognition principle to recognize revenue. Use your mouse to drag and drop the following steps into the correct order. So you just need to know for revenue recognition, what is the first, what is the second, what is the third step. Okay, and you just need to arrange it like here. If I look at it, then how I need to go is, I think the first one is I need to know, identify the contract with the customer. That's the first thing. So I will drag and drop it here. Okay, first. Okay, then next I need to see, okay, what should be the next part? The next part should be identify the contractual performance obligation. Okay, fine. I will drop it, drag and drop it here. Then I need to see, okay, determine the amount of the consideration for the price. Okay, then I will drop it here. Third, then allocate the determined amount of consideration to each performance obligation, and finally recognize the revenue. So what I did just now is the random options that were given to me, I'm just putting them down in a sequence. So that is the kind of question that can be tested. Number one. Number two, they will give us something like a fill in the blanks question. Now, as you can see here, that there is a fill in the blanks question. Like say, for example, they are asking the total sales revenue variance for the year equals. So there will be a drop down here. Now, I'm not able to exactly replicate the same, but yes, a drop down will be introduced. And from that drop down, as you can see, there are 4 different options given there. You have to select one of them. Okay, that's it. So it is kind of MCQ, kind of fill in the blanks, whatever you say. Okay. Okay, so this is the second kind of question. Third kind of question is, they will give us something, they will ask us something, and maybe a bit of typing will be needed. Okay, so a box will be given and you just need to type the correct answer there. Okay, like say for example, if you look at this, the fixed costs are recorded in a straight line basis. Okay, the variable cost pattern is representative of the delivery of the services. What amount of operating income should it say is recorded in Q2? Type your answer in the box. So you have to calculate and you just have to type it here, 90,000. Getting me? So that's another variety. Another variety will be, there will be a few options given and you just need to select which one is the correct option. So basically you just need to point your mouse to the correct option and it will automatically be selected. Like here, if suppose A and D are the correct answers, so you just need to select them. That's it. Okay. So guys, this is basically what you can expect in the form of a CBQ. Okay, so let me tell you my final conclusions and my final observations about the CBQ pattern. I will say that they didn't change the question, they changed the answering pattern. Okay, so earlier the same cases were given and you needed to type your answer. Now also they will continue to ask you the same cases. Okay, the only change is that you just don't have to type. That's it. Okay, so the answering pattern changes. Now, in a way, we can say that they have simplified the things, correct? If the answering pattern has changed now, I can say that it's a bit simplified because now you don't have to put up a lot of efforts. Okay, that way it's very good. But you can definitely expect that the difficulty level of the questions will now increase. Okay, now I'm not discouraging you, I'm just telling you that the kind of questions will be much more logical than earlier. Okay, if it is very easy to answer, if it is a very simple calculation, then in that case the essay based questions, there won't be any importance for it. Okay, I mean the case based questions, there won't be any importance for it, right? So please understand that the case based questions difficulty level will be, instead of saying difficult, I will say more logical, more concept based, because that is what they are actually focusing at. Okay, so guys, that's all about CBQs. I hope this whole video helped you a lot and you now will be in a position to decide that whether you should go for the essay based questions or the CBQs. Okay, secondly, my personal suggestion is go with the CBQs. Okay, because in the very first examination, maybe in the very first window, we can expect a bit of easy questions in CBQs. Okay, later on in the September, October window or the later windows, we can expect a bit of more tricky question in CBQ. Okay, but anyways, first examination, we are expecting that it will be easy. Okay, so practice very well. IMA has not released many CBQs. Now all the LMS and every partners, they will be coming up with the new CBQs also, and they will be providing you. But from my side, I will be coming up with a new CBQ series where I will be bringing up from different areas, different CBQs. That will be my judgment, because even I don't have any base. IMA didn't conduct any examination, so even I don't know what exactly will be tested. But based on my experience, I will be just framing a few CBQs and I will be guiding you with the same. Okay, so I will bring up a new series. Please subscribe to the channel if you didn't subscribe. Okay, we'll be coming up with MCQ plus essay series in future. All right. So guys, if this helped you and if you feel that this guidance needs to be forwarded to any of your friends who is appearing in the May or June examination or further in the US CMA examination, please forward that to them. Alright? So okay guys, so see you in the next video. Bye bye.